Well, welcome, Ayesha, my friend. I wonder if you could introduce yourself. Tell us a little about your district.
Okay, my name is Ayesha Buckner. I am the homeless liaison for NOLA Public Schools in New Orleans, Louisiana. And our district is very unique. All of our schools are charter schools. So it's a very unique district, and it's a very complicated district also for our parents to maneuver. So I've been the homeless liaison for, I've been working with McKinney-Vento families for about 25, 26 years, but I've been the homeless liaison for the past 16 years.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your top 1 or 2 challenges that you're dealing with back to school.
My top challenge is to identify my families. You know, it's going to be difficult because we're doing remote learning, and our family's already hard to identify. And with remote learning, it's really complicated, and I'm really concerned that they're not gonna be identified, so they won't receive services. You know,
Right,
so
we're hearing that from so many people that their numbers are down.
Yes, that's my biggest fear, that they won't be identified.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about some of your strategies for identification, or any of your other strategies too.
All right, my strategies for identification, and I'm going to see if they're actually working next week with my follow-up. I suggested, recommended, told my schools to put the homeless posters on their websites, to include a little homeless blurb in the newsletters, to put it in the in the handbooks. And most of our schools, the teachers are actually calling the homes to check on the children and make sure they're logging in correctly. So I asked them if they would just ask, what's the living situation and what are the pressing needs. And also I asked them to pass them out when parents are coming to get the packets or the technology, to pass out the residency forms then and there, so they can be completed then and there. So now, like I said, next week I'm going to follow up with my schools to see how we're looking, to see if it's working, and if it's not, try something else. But that's my biggest challenge.
You're incorporating McKinney-Vento into everything, but I love what you said about the teachers. If they're going to be reaching out to the families anyway, have them ask a question about, what the living situation is. And how did you prepare the teachers? Maybe some of them aren't so comfortable asking that question, or how did you do that?
How do we ask that question? Where you live? And I said, being a teacher, you have this kind of, you know how to approach parents. And I told them, I said, I'm just asking, this is something confidential. I'm just trying to see your living situation, or what are your needs right now. And, if you say, what are your needs right now, because I know a lot of the districts have been asking about technology needs. We haven't addressed the mental needs, the food insecurities, evictions, even maybe medical concerns. So, I said, when you're making your phone calls, you can inquire about their needs assessment, and that can kind of give you a leeway if they are having, housing difficulties and food insecurities. Besides just technology needs, there are so many more needs besides technology needs out there. And another thing I also did, I asked all of my schools for their distant learning plans, so I can see how they are trying to address and attract, their students. So, I can see what each school is doing. Like I said, we are independent. Everyone has their own charters, so that I can see what the plan is, and to ensure that our homeless population, they are included in this plan.
That's great. Yeah, that inclusion, that making sure that McKinney-Vento is part of everything that's happening district-wide right now.
Yes. And the month of September, I'm having a food drive. I have a mini food bank. Last year I opened, and my supplies are low. So for the month of September, we're going to challenge. NOLA Public Schools has 2 offices. So we have like a West Bank campus and a East Bank campus. So we're challenging each campus with the food and toiletry drive. So hopefully at the end of September, my food bank will be well stocked.
That's great. And that's, I'm just thinking that's another great way to get awareness out there in your schools too, because it's a food drive. Well, why? Well, because of students experiencing homelessness. Oh, we have that. Yes, we do. It's a great idea for so many different reasons.
Right. And the schools they are still providing meals, even though they're doing remote learning. The parents can come pick up the meals. But my thing, it may be hard for a parent to come pick up meals, And so that's the issue that we're looking at. What if I can't get to the school to get the meals? So, so that's why I'm hoping with the food bank, if there is a food insecurities, that the parent can contact me or contact the school, and I can get something to them to tie them over to their SNAP benefits come in. And that's another thing, you know, we did have pandemic SNAP benefits, but we don't have them any longer. But today they did give each family an increase if they were not receiving the maximum amount of SNAP benefits. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I know today they did give parents an additional allocation if they weren't receiving the maximum amount of SNAP.
Good. Good. That's something at least.
Yes, it is. It is.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Ayesha. I appreciate it.